everyone. If you're watching this video, that means you have finished chapter 1 of Story of the World. There was a lot that happened in that chapter. And so today in this video, I'm going to give you some little highlights that I think you should remember when moving on to the next chapter. So when we started our story, we learned about a person named Charles V. Maybe you saw that V. That V, if you're not familiar, is a Roman numeral, and we need to know those well, so as we continue to read, we don't get confused. So his name was Charles V, and he was a special little boy for many reasons. Let's take a look at it. So Charles V, right here, he had 3 kings in his family. His father was the king of the Netherlands. His other grandfather was the king of the German lands, not Germany yet. And his other grandfather was the king of Spain. So he had lots of royal people in his family. And that meant that as they died, Charles gained their kingship. So age 6, his father died, and he now became the king of the Netherlands. At age 16, his Spanish grandfather died, and he got the crown from Spain. And then at age 19, his other grandfather died, giving him power over the German lands. So that one boy, by age 19, had 3 kingdoms. That's a lot of power for one person. But unfortunately, Charles, king of 3 big areas in Europe, that was not enough for him. He wanted to become the Holy Roman Emperor. And to become the Holy Roman Emperor, which meant being in control of even more land, he had to get permission from the Pope. And the Pope, as you may or may not know, is the head of the Catholic Church. So as we read, you will hear about 2 big Christian religions that were popular at the time in Europe. One of them is the older one, and that is Catholicism, or being Catholic. And the newer one is called Protestantism, or being Protestant. Both of them believe in Jesus, but Catholics are a more older style of religion, where the Pope is in charge and makes decisions about how to be a Catholic. And Protestants didn't like the Pope very much. They said, hey, I don't want you to tell me how to pray. So I'm going to leave the Catholic Church and become Protestant. And so a lot of people at the time were either Catholic or Protestant. So the Holy Roman Empire was predominantly Catholic, and they needed the Pope's blessing. But when Charles asked him, the Pope said, nope, not happening. You don't need to have that much power. And this did not make Charles happy. So Charles decided to do something a little sneaky. He went to his German citizens, who were mostly Protestant, and he said, go down to Rome, where the Pope lives, and attack. I'll give you supplies. And by doing this, the Germans were excited. They said, yes. And they went down and attacked Rome, setting churches on fire and even imprisoning the Pope in his own building. This was known as the German Fury because they were so angry at the Catholics. Now, the Pope needed help. Charles, help! These are your people. Help me. Charles said, huh? What's happening? I'm in Spain right now. I didn't know. Oh, no. And Charles said, I think I can help you because I'm a good Catholic. But if I help you, I want to be Holy Roman Emperor. And the Pope, with no other option, said, fine, you can be Holy Roman Emperor. And so Charles became Holy Roman Emperor by easily sending the Germans back to Germany. So Charles became Holy Roman Emperor, which meant that he had so much land and power. And that can get expensive and can make you really worn out. So for a long time, he ruled until one day he said, I've had enough. I'm tired. I'm old. I'm going to give my son Philip all of my lands in Spain, the Netherlands, and Italy. And my brother Ferdinand can have all the rest and be the new Holy Roman Emperor. In the rest of our chapter, we hear a little bit about how Philip was ready to be powerful and wanted money and made Spain one of the richest countries in the world at the time. And in our next chapter, we're going to hear more about Philip's plans in his lands. I'll see you next time for our highlights reel. Bye.